Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Grim Reaper. Death always has the last word. How does that make any sense? Death doesn't even speak. Well, I'm sure if he did, he had some really lame one-liners. Oh, this one is about a woman named Rachel who survives death's grisly hand. And, well, she's in a hospital and believes that the Grim Reaper's coming after her, so they move her from the hospital to a mental facility, where she meets up with a bunch of other people who also cheated death. Any of this sounding familiar to you guys? And they try to do everything they can to avoid the Grim Reaper from coming after them and killing them. Well, a lot of good it does, because the Grim Reaper does find them in the mental home, mental hospital, whatever you want to call it. Looks like an old abandoned building, honestly. And he goes around killing people. And no matter how much the people try to lock the Grim Reaper out of their rooms and wherever they're hiding at, somehow he finds them and he kills them in some pretty gruesome ways. Yeah. Including the death of a blind girl that was electrocuted and somehow had Alka-Seltzer in her mouth to make her foam at the mouth like a rabid dog. So, yeah. Oh, good Lord have mercy. But yes, Rachel winds up surviving death's plan. She's back in her apartment with her boyfriend, and she winds up taking a bath and goes under the water while her boyfriend is talking to her. Now, I'm not quite sure if that's supposed to mean that she was trying to kill herself because her boyfriend's talking at her and yakking at her, or what the deal was, but that's how the movie pretty much ends. Okay, why did this suck? Obviously, it's a Final Destination ripoff. I loved Final Destination, the first one. But this movie itself was just horrible. Bunch of people survived death, and instead of just trying to group up together, I mean, it is slightly different, but it's not all that good. I mean, they all believe that the Grim Reaper's coming after them, and also there's a slight twist in the story where this doctor who's running the mental facility, and get this, made a deal with the Grim Reaper to not kill him, but just go after everybody else. But the tables are turned as the Grim Reaper winds up getting him. This movie was terribly, terribly bad. It's a Final Destination ripoff. In fact, this was in my top 10 worst horror movie ripoffs at one time. This movie, really, really bad. The gore effects are not all that good. The very ending, when you see Rachel in the bathtub, again, you're not really quite sure if she's just fell asleep, she's going under the water and drowning herself to maybe mess up Death's plan or something. I don't know, but this movie was really, 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 really awful. Although, then again, it couldn't be quite as awful as the music I picked out to play for just about a minute or so.
Evolution doesn't take prisoners.
And this movie definitely should have taken the audience and given it a better movie. Oh, goodness gracious. But yes, Grim Reaper, horrible, terrible movie. The difference between this one and Final Destination, you actually get to see, well, the Grim Reaper. And nothing looks accidental, but it is still a pretty bad, low-budget ripoff. Slightly different ending, but still kind of strange. But again, not all that great. Not all that great a movie. Well, there you guys have it. My review of the movie Grim Reaper. And if you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. If you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that Well, might have had a bunch of people in an abandoned building fighting for their lives, but it was way better than this. Or it could have been worse than this. Because this is what it's all about, reviewing the worst of horror movies. Send it my way, and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you so very, very much for watching, and until next time, for Doc Schlock, as always, stay strong and rock on. And if you hear any heavy breathing from a guy in a cloak, don't worry, he's probably just out of breath from running.